Oh no, that is what they all say when they see me pouring some wine. Oh, think it's empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it. Fuck with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you don't fall, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, bet. How sad. Oh boy, got so hot I forgot what I should have thought of before. Sure ain't easy for you to let go of the rules, cause there's so much fun. Are you loving it, feeling it, touch me, are you in it? Don't say what you see, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, fuck with it, flow with it, please let it go. Oh no, think I did it again. I said a few things that I shouldn't have done. Well, bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, bet. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, bet. Now come alive with me and quit the jealousy. I know you're bored, I know it's boring me. Now come alive, baby, get out the grave and I know you're bored. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, but how sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, but how does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They've never seen you out of your head. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, but how sad.
Yeah. They was sleeping, they was snooze on me. I was dreaming about what food to eat. Why they sleeping, why they snoozed on me? I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. Rebellions in my blood, there ain't no ruling me. Coming for the top, this is a mutiny. I want percentage, yeah. Put you in your mind like fuck your business. why they snooze on me. I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. The billions in my blood, there ain't no ruling me. Coming for the top, this is a mutiny. Don't know what to do with me.
Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back everyone to another live stream with BoulderBum. Hope you guys out there in YouTube land all having a great day today wherever you are in the world. Thank you all for tuning on into my live stream. It really means a lot to me. So yeah, thanks guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a like and sub if you're new. Hit the little bell so you get notified of when I go live. Other than that, sit back, buckle your seatbelts and get ready because we are going to be doing some IFR training. I know that sounds pretty boring, but to me, it actually sounds pretty exciting. I'll just turn the music down a little bit. We'll bring up the live scene over here. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing well today, tonight, wherever you are in YouTube land. Alright, I've got to do some of the social media stuff too, don't I? Let's do that quickly first. Yeah, let me know what's going on in the chat. Always like catching up with you guys. Stream would have been a little bit earlier, but I was busy setting up my new GT Ultimate Racing chair, attaching that to my sim rig, readjusting everything, getting everything sorted. So hopefully everything works because I've had to basically unplug and plug everything back in again and all that good stuff. Wouldn't be a normal stream without some technical difficulties though. That is... Let me see, I don't think Microsoft Flight Sim Discord has a... Oh yeah, content creation. No more than 2 posts in a 7-day period. That's alright. I'll do this one. Oh, I don't have permission anyway. Alrighty, that's done, that's done. I'm just... Oh. Alright, I can't see what the stream is seeing right now because I've just turned my other monitor. I've actually got that hooked up to my gaming PC as well. But what I can do is I can do this. There we go, now I can see the stream. Alright, so what are we playing? Microsoft Flight Simulator. Before we start though, what we are doing is, it's part of the FS Academy. I got it off the Sim Market, and it is basically it's IFR training, or it teaches you how to fly IFR. Very in-depth PDF that came with it. I got 12 downloaded 12 tutorial missions as well with it. I don't know how long the missions go, but basically yeah, it's everything you need to know about IFR flying. 4 different missions, very in-depth, teaches a bit of Morse code as well. How to use the G1000, the Garmin, holding patterns, whole bunch of different stuff, which is going to be really handy for me because I don't know how to fly. I want to learn how to fly properly. And yeah, you can pick this up off the sim market for a fraction of the price of what it actually costs to go down to your local airfield and pay for lessons to do this sort of stuff. Yeah, we're getting a bit into it now, but yeah, it's got everything. It's got some charts, so it teaches you how to read and use charts as well. So yeah, we'll have this open in the background. We're just going to start off with, yeah, just first couple of lessons. So we'll load the game up. Hopefully it doesn't load on my other screen. G'day Kama, how you doing? But yeah, they're probably going to tell us exactly what is in here anyway. Quickly show you else what I got as well. Also, with that, also grabbed, where is it? Voyager, this one here. So this is basically, this was 7, this is by the same guys, FS Academy, off the sim market as well. This was cheaper, this was about £7. But yeah, this is some bush flights. So I like what they have in the game, but these ones are a little bit different than what's in the game. You can actually save your progress wherever you want. It's got all the in-depth stuff there for us too. Yeah, cool, we're in the right screen, good. Now these are all VFR. This also teaches you a bit of VFR flying as well. That's why I picked these up. I know the basics of VFR, but I saw this got some pretty good flights on here as well. They're a couple of hours long, but I'll be doing some of these on the stream as well. Not tonight, maybe we'll start one tonight maybe. But you can pick these up yourself off the sim market. They may be available on other storefronts eventually, like Orbex and other ones. If you don't like using sim market, I know there's a few different ones. Yeah, this teaches you the basics. So if you just don't want to go for the in-depth full-on one, pick this one up, the Voyager flights. And it's still got a pretty in-depth write-up. I've read pretty much most of this already. Yeah, if you're into this kind of stuff and you want to learn a bit more about it, then yeah, go and check it out. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so they're not in flight training, but they are flight training. You get these in activities, and then in the bush flights, you'll see it looks different in here now. I've installed it. I've got all the IFR flights in here with the bush flights. But we'll do the first one. I might just turn the music down a little bit. Okay. Practice your basic handling skills and perfect straight and level flight under IFR before progressing to more complex procedures. Flight duration approximately 10 minutes. 0 nautical miles, so we're not flying anywhere by the looks of it. And we're in the Cessna 152. So there's the website down there if you want to go and check it out. That'll direct you to where you can purchase it from. I'm not going to put any links in my description because there are some dud Microsoft links, Microsoft Flight Simulator links going around at the moment that can infect your computer and stuff like that. So I'm not going to put any in. And not only that, some of the developers don't like you sharing. You have to share their link, not another link, and all this sort of crap.
Welcome to Showroom on the UK South Coast, where we'll begin our study of instrument flying by starting with the basics. Make sure to take a look through the manual as you progress to arm you with the knowledge you'll need. It doesn't take much for the weather to close in and prevent visual flight. Anytime the conditions at an airfield are worse than 1500 feet cloud base and 5 kilometers visibility, flying visually is not permitted. This is when an instrument rating is there to help you. Flight on instruments alone requires accurate and smooth handling, so we'll look at doing some handling practice with the conventional Cessna 152 with analog gauges. Complete your checks, and when you're ready to go, taxi ahead to the holding point of runway 20.
Right, so I'll just read what I've got here. Oh, I can zoom when I'm on the other screen. Cool. Didn't know I could do that. Effective IFR flight requires a disciplined approach to how you look at your instruments for information. A selective radial scan is a common technique and is good to learn and practice. Use the attitude indicator AI as your primary point of focus. So, which is this one here. Right, attitude indicator, this one. Look from the attitude indicator to an instrument such as the airspeed indicator, so over here, the ASI, then return to the AI. Then look away from the AI to your next instrument before returning home again to the AI. Continue this flow throughout your flight. With practice, you'll do it without thinking. So I think what they're trying to say there is sort of use your altitude indicator as your attitude indicator, sorry, not your attitude indicator as your sort of primary focus when you're flying in IFR. And then when you look to another instrument, say your airspeed, look to that and look back to that. Then we want to check our altitude, so we look at our altitude, back to that. Compass, back to that, and so forth. So why fly IFR is the next bit it says. Oh. Before we get started on learning how to fly on instruments, let's discuss why we might need to do this. On a day with clear weather, flying an aeroplane by looking out of the window is relatively simple. You can depart, fly down the coast, turn overhead your friend's house, and stop off somewhere for a snack, all by looking out the window. An instrument rating might seem niche until you see the clouds rolling in. It doesn't take much for the weather to be below limits for visual flying. A cloudy day can keep you grounded very easily. You either sit on the ground hoping for improvement, or with the right knowledge and skills, you could fly under instrument flight rules. To fly IFR, you need an instrument rating. Airlines will file their flights as IFR, as a bit of rain shouldn't keep a jet full of passengers grounded. If you're aiming for the airline world, an instrument rating will be essential. This course is intended to help you on your way. Cloud is considered as cloud base when reported as broken BKN or thicker. VFR airfield minima, cloud base 1500 feet AAL above airfield level, visibility 5 kilometers. So you guys know, I'm just reading that off here. If you want to pause it and have a good look at it, there it is. Move it out of the way though. Human factors. It only takes a quick look at some optical illusions to remind you that our human brains can easily be misled. There are a whole range of physical sensations and visual illusions that can lead you towards danger. So let's have a look at some of them that can give you trouble when flying. The illusions can be very convincing. They have caused many accidents over the years, so we study them so we are prepared to defend against them. Illusions can come and go as your flying career progresses. For example, a new pilot may not have the idea of a standard runway yet, so might not get misled by a narrow runway, whereas an experienced captain might get caught out late at night on the 4th flight of the day. Our balance sensors are located in the depths of our inner ears. They usually serve us well, but can be led astray without notice. A sensation known as the leans is where the fluid in our ears initially senses the turn as the motion induces a current in the fluid, but eventually the fluid has accelerated to full speed and accelerates no more, meaning there is nothing further to detect by the tiny hairs that lay in the stream. Once the turn finishes, the fluid is decelerated back the other way, again inducing a current in the fluid. So now you have stopped turning, but your ear senses a strong turn, confusing you into a dangerous predicament. These sensations are not usually perceptible when flying a desktop simulation, but the takeaway is the same. Trust your instruments. So yeah, it's like when you stand up too quick and the blood rushes to your head. And you feel, oh, I'm going to fall over. I guess that's what they're talking about there. It's the same sort of thing. And then it just goes on and talks about some different things there. Rules of thumb, some good calculations you can use, like distance to height, distance times 3. Example, 15 nautical miles to landing, 15 times 3 equals 45. Target altitude 4,500 feet. Distance to height times 3. 3 degree descent, ground speed times 5. Example, speed 100 knots, 100 times 5 equals 500 feet per minute. Rate 1 turn, 10% airspeed plus 7. Example, speed 120 knots, 12 plus 7 equals 19 degrees bank. What does it say here? For larger aircraft, it's got a little bit of explanation for each one as well. So it's just saying, for larger aircraft which go through significant speed changes throughout a flight, you will be calculating for a few different speeds. If your answer comes up at more than 25, so this is for the rate 1 turn, 10% airspeed plus 7. If your answer comes up at more than 25 degrees of bank, disregard your calculation and just use 25 degrees. 30 degrees I think is the maximum, but 25, they're saying 25 here is the maximum for your bank, as this is considered the maximum bank angle for flying procedures. In the cruise, rate 1 turns are a little excessive for passenger comfort, so make your turns earlier and with more like 10 degrees bank when cruising in an airliner. So if you're doing passenger runs, don't use 20 and 25 degree angle banks. Turn anticipation is 1% of your ground speed. An example is speed 200 knots, begin turn with 2 nautical miles remaining. And then level off 10% vertical speed, example, climbing at 700 feet per minute, begin to lower the nose with 70 feet remaining. A lot to learn, a lot to grasp. It is very, very intimidating. I'm already intimidated by it. But yeah, like I said earlier on, for I paid about $50 Australian. It was about 20 something dollars, £20, plus the other one was about £7, so $50 Australian in total. Had two really good manuals that I can use, which if you were to go down, like I said, if you go down to your local airport or your local airfield, pay for a couple of lessons, you'd be spending a fortune. Excuse me, got a frog in the back of my throat. Anyway, that's all interesting. Let's taxi down the runway now. Where's my mouse? Here it is. I haven't actually flown this plane that much. Where's the handbrake? Parking brake. Have we got no little menu or anything?
Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, cleared line up and take off, runway 20, wind calm.
Take off and head south, climbing to altitude 2,000 feet.
Which is this runway 20? I hope it is. Yep. Off to a great start. I don't even know what runway we're on. Flaps are out, aren't they? Yep. Check the yoke's working. Yep, that's all good. He said 1,000 feet, didn't he? Yo, what's going on, IW?
The first thing we're going to try is levelling off at an altitude. As discussed in the manual, there is a rule of thumb for choosing when to begin reducing your vertical speed to achieve a smooth and reliable level off. Use 10% of your current vertical speed to work out when to begin the level off. The 152 climbs at about 800 feet per minute, so start levelling off with 80 feet to go. That's at 1,920 feet here.
Did Boulder take a drug and alcohol test before flying? No, that's why I'm doing it at home on my computer, because I wouldn't be allowed to do this in real life. They'd be like, sorry sir, you're already high enough as it is, you don't need to fly. About now.
Level off here and maintain an altitude of 2,000 feet.
Roger,
All
roger.
of the turns you make flying IFR are to be made in the same way. This is a constant rate of turn of 3 degrees per second, called a rate 1 turn. To achieve this, use another rule of thumb. Take 10% of your airspeed and add 7. This figure is the target bank angle for a rate 1 turn. Turning at rate 1, you'll perform a 180 after 1 minute and a 360 after 2 minutes. Try to make all your turns throughout your IFR flying at a rate 1 turn. For example, if you're flying at 100 knots, 10% of 100 is 10, add 7 gives 17 degrees bank angle. Now turn left to a heading of 090 degrees. Please make a left turn to heading 090. Remember to maintain an altitude of 2,000 feet. Remember to maintain an altitude of 2,000 feet. Maintain 2,000 feet on heading 090 for a short while. Accelerate to a cruising speed of around 110 knots.
Got 290 he said, so where are we on the compass? Am I flying at school for my license? Yeah, this is a IFR instrument rating course that you can purchase through flight school, FS Academy. What 290? We've gone. Hang on, it's should be over here.
Now make a right-hand turn to heading 210 degrees, again at rate 1.
Slow down a little bit. So I'm trying to look at the attitude indicator, then back to the altitude, so I know I'm flying at 2,000 feet. Back to my attitude indicator, down to my compass, back to my attitude indicator. We'll fail it. Yeah, I reckon I will. I'm already sweating and shaking. I've already forgotten what course he's given us. What was it? It was, what? Did he say 210? Doing 100 knots, so should be about 17 degrees. I can afford to go a little bit more than what we're doing.
Now make a right hand turn to heading 210 degrees, again at rate 1. Good, now maintain heading 210 and altitude 2,000 feet.
Right, heading 210, 2,000 feet. I can't fly or drive a boat, not close to the store or restaurant. So we're losing a bit of altitude, back up again. On the throttle a little bit, bring us back up to 110 knots. Adjust our trim to get us back up. Throttle well up. We might actually. Oh.
Still on the heading 210, climb to altitude 3,500 feet.
So how can I actually tell my vertical speed in this thing? I can't. I'll have to calculate it. Bit off course. There we go. 210.
Please climb to 3,500.
$3,300. climbing for 3,500.
Good. Maintain 3,500.
Whoa, we've gone into a bit of a dive here. G'day Kevy, how you doing? Heading 210, and we're got a good
Staying
attitude
straight and
now.
level at 3,500 feet, slow down to 60 knots.
Am I in a rain cloud? I guess it is a rain cloud. It looks like it's we're just on the coast. I don't know exactly where we are at the moment, but we're doing this is a flight lesson, a whole bunch of flight lessons that I downloaded through Sim Market, teaching us to fly with instrument flight rules. So basically,
Please
we'll be able
reduce
to,
the airspeed to 60 knots.
oh, thinking, why are we going faster? Because I'm pushing the throttle forward. Throttle goes back, not forward. We're going to stall at 60 knots. He's mad, this guy.
Excellent. Now maintain straight and level flight with your speed and altitude.
Is he trying to make me stall?
Remember for now to keep your speed at 60 knots. Now maintaining 60 knots, climb to altitude 4,500 feet.
What? What? Yeah, he's trying to make me stall.
Don't forget to remain on heading 210. Remember for now to keep your speed at 60 knots.
I'm trying. Plane doesn't want to climb at 60 knots.
Remember for now to keep your speed at 60 knots. Don't forget to remain on heading 210.
Plane
Remember
doesn't,
for now to keep your speed at 60 knots.
plane doesn't want to climb at 60 knots, I'm afraid. Is he having a laugh, this guy? Then you point the nose up at 60 knots, you just lose altitude. Uh, 210. Here we go, we're starting to climb now. That's better. Point the nose down a little bit. Hey Gamer Sayed, how you doing? Right, I found the sweet spot for the throttle.
Please climb to 4,500 feet.
Oh. We're getting up there. It's taking us a bit of time, but you can. There's probably all kinds of tricks you can do to make the plane to get a bit of lift. $4,200. Right, start leveling the aircraft off about...
Good, now maintain 4,500 feet and still a speed of 60 knots. Okay, next I want you to still maintain 4,500, turn left to heading 070 and accelerate to speed 100 knots.
So 100 knots. Maintaining 4,500. We're at full throttle, what's going on? Tip the nose down a little bit. And a rate 1 turn, 10% of airspeed plus 7. So it'll be 10 plus 7, 17 again. Once we get to a desired airspeed. Here we go.
Good, now hold your speed at 100.
What did he say? What was our heading? So many words, numbers, all getting thrown out at once. My little brain doesn't like it. 1-4 something.
Make sure to maintain speed 100 knots. Make sure to maintain speed 100 knots. Excellent, and for now maintain speed of 100, altitude 4,500 and the heading 070.
070. Oh. Yo, what's going on in the darker? How you doing? Sorry if I missed the comments at all, guys. I'm just trying to focus on the lesson.
Okay, now keeping your speed at 100, descend to altitude 2,500 feet and turn right heading 220.
220, right, 220.
Make sure to maintain speed 100 knots.
Too busy to watch live because you're going to read comic books. No worries. Enjoy the comics. Oh, starting to roll a bit too much.
Good, and maintain heading 220 as you descend. Make sure to maintain speed 100 knots.
I'm trying.
Make sure to maintain speed 100 knots. Okay, level off and maintain 2,500 feet.
Will this flight be screening any movies? I don't know. What do we want to watch tonight? Got a bit of a list to choose from. Oh, we're losing a bit of attitude. Best game that I play, like zombies or something? That's probably the best game that I play at the moment. But I'll be playing this for a little while. Next month at least anyway.
Well done. That's the first lesson complete. Continue to fly if you wish, or press escape to end the flight.
Press escape. Main menu. So that's still gonna take 10 minutes. That took us a bit longer though, because I'm not very good at following commands. Alright, subsequent movie will be fine. Well, actually, we could. We could watch movies while we're doing this. No, I won't do that. I'd get copyright. I was just thinking I could bring over YouTube, and we could watch some YouTube while we're flying. Anyway, that was the first lesson in the Instrument Flight Rules FS Academy. And yeah, that was quite difficult. I was sweating through some of that. And the next one is IFR lesson number 2, partial panel. So I'm guessing this is going to teach us compass turns, DG failure, vacuum failure, turn coordinator plus VSI. Has the third one, not up to that one yet. So the vacuum system spins the gyroscopes that drive the attitude indicator and directional gyro instruments, your primary attitude and heading indications. If there is a failure with the vacuum system, these instruments lose their drive. Oh, I've been there. I hate it when you lose your drive. The gyros lose speed and begin to topple, which is where they are not spinning quickly enough to maintain gyroscopic rigidity. When such a failure occurs, you need to know how to react in order to continue flying safely. The gyros lose speed progressively and topple slowly. This characteristic can be observed safely after engine shutdown. Sit and watch the attitude indicator for a minute or so after turning the engine off and watch the attitude topple to the left and show a climb. Check back later, currently earning a paycheck. No worries, man. Don't work too hard. Flying in a cloud and caught by surprise, the uninitiated may begin a tightening right-hand turn and descent in an effort to keep the toppling attitude centered. This instrument failure is indicated by a red flag to appear on the affected instruments if a low vacuum condition is detected. Instead, you are to use the turn coordinator to check for turns and wings level, which is also gyro driven. It is spun with an electric motor, remaining reliable. There is no pitch information on the turn indicator. Use your VSI and altimeter for vertical guidance. Anyway, I'm sure he's going to teach us a bit of this in the actual lesson. Where is it? Activities. I'll do one more lesson and then we might go and might do some more of this. I haven't finished this off yet. I'm about halfway through it, but I started again, so we were here when I was doing it last time. So I might do a couple of legs of that after the next lesson, just to mix it up a bit. Anyway, lesson 2, partial panel. Know what to do when things go wrong. With a vacuum failure, you lose your primary heading and altitude instruments. Learn how to perform compass turns and work around your issues so that you're ready for anything. So where are we? Shoreham. You can't choose your plane, you can't change any of the flight conditions, anything like that.
We're back at Shoreham Airport to explore how to fly an instrument with system failures, known as a partial panel condition. The attitude indicator and directional gyro are both powered by the vacuum system. A failure of the vacuum system would cause the gyroscopes to topple and give misleading readings. The failure can be quite subtle, so it's important to recognise the symptoms and how to deal with it. Complete your checks and taxi to the holding point.
Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, cleared for line-up and take-off. Runway 20, the wind is calm.
Take off and climb to altitude 2,000 feet.
I wish the in-game ATC was a bit more like that. That's really cool. In-game ATC is really generic sounding. But I guess Microsoft didn't want to fork out and pay voice actors to do it, so they just used computer voices instead. He say 2,500, didn't he?
To cope with the failure of the directional gyro, we can use the aircraft compass as a backup, but it does have some limitations that you should be aware of. Turning to a heading near east or west is simple and requires no corrections. However, turning to a northerly or southerly heading introduces compass indication errors that need to be accounted for. When turning to a heading near south, you will need to overshoot your target heading by about 30 degrees. This means that whilst turning to your desired heading, you will need to watch the compass and keep the turn going beyond the heading you wish to roll out on. Upon levelling the wings, the compass will correct itself and display your actual heading. Turning to a heading near north, you will need to undershoot, so stop your turn once reaching about 30 degrees before your target heading. Overshoot south, undershoot north, remembered as O-Sun.
O-Sun. Over south, under north. O-Sun. O-Sun, we're in trouble. We lost the compass.
Level off and maintain an altitude of 2,000 feet. Directional gyro is still functioning for now for your reference. Notice when turning that the indications of the DG and the compass appear to turn in opposite directions. The same concept is true that turning left decreases the heading numbers, turning right increases the numbers. We'll start by making a turn to west, which will not need any corrections. Simply roll out when the compass indicates west. Turn now to the right to heading 270. Remember to maintain 2,000 feet.
I'm trying, it's just climbing on its own, this thing.
Please make a right-hand turn to heading 270. Roll out on heading 270 and see that the compass does not require any corrections.
Oh, not meant to do that.
Now we'll make a left-hand turn to south, heading 180. So overshoot south by around 30 degrees. So keep your turn going until the compass indicates around 150 degrees. There's passing south on the compass. Keep the turn going until the compass indicates 150. The directional gyro is now deactivated, so can no longer be used. Your heading reference from now on is only on the compass. Okay, now make a left turn to heading 090 using the compass. Again, as it's east, it will require no compass corrections. Good, simply roll out on heading 090 on the compass. Next we'll make a compass turn to north. Remember to overshoot south and undershoot north, so undershoot the heading on the compass by about 30 degrees, so when you see 030 indicated, start your rollout.
Was that right, was it?
030, so begin rolling out. Now make a left-hand turn all the way to south, heading 180. Overshoot south, so keep turning until you see 150 on the compass. Good, and there's an indicated 150, so start rolling out. See the red flag on the attitude indicator? This indicates a vacuum failure, so the attitude indicator can no longer be relied on. Use the turn coordinator to check for wings level, and use the VSI for level flight. Please keep heading of south on the compass. Where the attitude indicator failed, we're now mostly reliant on the VSI and the altimeter for our vertical navigation. Remember the 10% vertical speed rule of thumb to help you level off smoothly. Again, that's if you're climbing at an example of 500 feet per minute, begin your level off with 50 feet to go. Try a climb now to an altitude of 3,000 feet. Please keep heading of south on the compass. Level off and maintain 3,000 feet. Please keep heading of south on the compass. Without the attitude indicator to help you, you know you're in level flight if you maintain the VSI at 0.
Whoa, pitch trim.
That concludes this lesson. Continue to fly if you wish, or press escape to end the flight.
Ah, nice. No, difficult. Think I had an issue there though with my. I'm just gonna quickly look on the. Where is it? Horizontal situation indicator. I mean, I'm trying to figure out which one was the compass because that wasn't working. That wasn't working. That wasn't working. All that was working was the turn coordinator and that. So I really had, and the vertical speed indicator. So I had no idea. I was just turning when until he say stop turning there. I think that one was a bit bugged out. Is that, yeah, the that was working, and then all of a sudden that went out. Anyway, so that was the second lesson. Tell you what though, my head's hurting after doing all that. That's enough school for one day, I think. It's got another 10 to go yet. VOR NDB analog, pushing and pulling the ADF needle, setting the OBS, tracking to and from a VOR. See, this is stuff that I'm really more interested in, more so than instrument failure, because I'm not really going to be flying with instruments that aren't working and stuff like that. It's more so for flying in bad weather and so forth. But yeah, that was the first two lessons. Pretty in depth, like I said. There's a lot to get your head around in this one. It teaches you a lot as well. But my eyes are hurting, my head is hurting, just from that little bit of learning. But the more you learn, the better off you are in life. You can never learn too much. You just forget stuff. Yeah, there's a lot here. Wow. But I think what we might do now, instead of doing some more of that, we might just continue on with landing challenges. Want to do some landing challenges, or done that one? That's a good one. Sydney's good. No, I think we might do a bush flight. Proper bush flight, not another lesson. We'll continue on with the Breckenridge to Mariposa, Yosemite, Nevada. So we're on the fifth leg. I think it's going to take us. I think we're on the fifth leg, or we're on the sixth leg. Fifth leg. Madame Airport Leg 5. Can I... Don't tell me we have to use the yellow one. I'd like to be able to change the colour of the cub. Anyway, I'll load it in. Just gonna go and grab a drink and then I'll be right back.
Used to be so simple. Haven't got a clue as to why the world is
Hey, Min Lillybro Heta Lars, cheers for the sub. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, mate.
we're sinful. 'Cause we keep the truth to ourselves. Maybe we're hypnotized. This is
Oh, this new chair that I got is really good. The GT Ultimate, part of the what is it? Pro Raceline series, I think. Pro Racing. Ugh. But the only trouble is getting in and out of it. You need to be fit like a race car driver. Ugh. Which I'm not. But it's comfortable. Alright, so let's go ready to fly. Actually, I'm gonna... We don't need the VFR map because that doesn't show us anything anyway. How much fuel do we have? Where is our fuel? And this is joystick. Oh cool, I get to use the Warthog for this one. Plane's taken off on its own. We can see our fuel this way. I'm going to move this over onto this screen. Oh, I've got to do that. There we go. Move over here. And then I can make it a bit bigger. Hey, what's going on, Mo? Oh, right, so we will be going on a heading of 037 for 8 nautical miles, around about 5 minutes 19. So we do need it. Oh, we've got the actually, I'm going to use the one on there. Oh, it's a bit hard to reach the throttle where it is. I need to adjust that. I can probably fix that tomorrow. Nothing much. Ah, nice one. What were we? Where is our 77%? Can we actually change our heading on this thing? There is no heading indicator, is there? Alright, so Basalt Junction, when you're in the air, head northeast along Nevada's Route 6 toward and through Montgomery Pass. Continue along the desolate mountain road a few miles until you reach a junction with Nevada State Route 360 at the former town of Basalt. And then I'm gonna go Control Alt 1. Yeah, that should be my custom. This thing hasn't got a handbrake, has it? Nope, it's only got the throttle. .370 037, so we're pretty much just heading this way. Start the timer. So I'm just going to sort of heading towards that mountain peak, roughly. Oh, right, left 015. Tanopa Junction, head northeast at the route 360 junction and twist through. Oh, we're getting a bit off course already. And twist through the hills of Mineral Country, Nevada. After you pass the impressive Moho Mountain, watch for another upcoming junction where your path intersects Veterans Memorial Highway 95 near the dried up Rhodes Salt Marsh. We'll be heading along this track for about 11 minutes, 40 seconds to be exact. 15 degrees, there we go. Almost 10 degrees off course. I don't like that compass in here. I can't really tell where I'm going with that thing. I mean, you can sort of generally, but it's not very precise. We'll turn our landing lights off. Aim for that over there. Head in that general direction, we'll be right anyway. There's only two waypoints. We've got takeoff, and then we have that one turn, 15 degrees. And our next turn will lead us on a heading to Mina Airport. Flying a course of 346 for 6.54 nautical miles. Take us about 4 minutes 18. We're about halfway through this leg. I have no control on this view. I like what my mouse is over there. Oh, I can use it now. It's just when I zoom out of the camera. Just hit 9 minutes on this leg. 2.5 minutes to go. Or 2 minutes. Follow Highway 95 north for a relatively short distance and you'll soon see the small town of Minna on the horizon. To the east stands an unassuming public use airport, the next stop on your bush trip adventure. Oh, that's not flaps. I didn't know that did flaps. But that was camera button. It's not. Well, our airport should be around here somewhere. Have I gone past it? No, it's coming up. Airport is... Runway should be... I think that's it there, is it? No, it's too long, but I think it runs parallel with either that or that. We've got plenty of fuel. I might fly over this. Trouble is, the little map that we have is not very... Yeah, I think I have gone past it because that's the highway. It doesn't... hang on, it might be. I'll fly over it. If we fly over, if it's not here, it'll be back behind us. Yeah, I don't think that's our town. So what we will do is go back around, have a look at that other one behind us. I just took my eye off the timer there and gone a few seconds over, about 20 seconds over what we were meant to be aiming for. But I'm pretty sure the airfield is up here. Yeah, our focus camera wasn't focusing on it too, that's why, because when I looking over I was thinking, oh, where's it looking at? I was looking over there. See the runway. If you don't like that, using that throttle there, it's a bit. I'll use this one instead, I think. this even our runway? We're about to find out. There's a runway over there. Not a bad landing though. So, back on the power. Alright, runway is in sight now. We've got this sorted. We'll do a left pattern, enter left traffic. Make a wrong turn and turn around. Yep, we did that. You're going to be sick. My flying's not that bad, is it? Head over here. I'm not in a very good traffic pattern. Alright, where's the runway? Oh, still not really. A bit higher too. Alright, let's do some bush flying here. Flaps are out. Pulse down. This plane's actually quite easy to fly. Here's the rudders. Oh, here we go, yeah, there we go. Here's a bit of slip, slow us down even more. That first landing, that was just a practice for this one. Oh, a bit bumpy. I'm on the runway. Turn ignition off. Huh? I remember reading something about this on some of the forums. Why has it not registered? We're on the runway. Have to taxi down. Fuel shut-off valve or something I need to switch. Broken. Hasn't registered our landing. Definitely our airfield. There's the airsock, windsock. Even I'll show you guys. Over here anyway. There it is there. We're on the runway. Like a turning circle up there, but I mean the runway is pretty big. You don't really need a turning circle on this thing.
She burns the bridges in my head by lighting up a fire. Bury my old thoughts instead so you could feel.
There's no handbrake for this thing. Sure, that's because if I hit that and then we escape. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. Just means I'll have to redo the flight at some stage to get it to register. So we can continue on in the next one. Oh well. That is a real bummer. Oh, let's slide my chair back. Oh. Oh well, not to worry, it happens, I suppose. Oh. Game crashed, has it? No, yep. It didn't even go back to the menu, it's just taking us straight back to desktop. Oh, just trying to stand up, but I haven't got much room here. I need to reach over. Switch this monitor back to there. Alrighty guys, thank you everyone for tuning on in tonight, much appreciated. Yeah, thank you everyone for all the likes too, that really helps out the channel. Thank you for the new sub as well, Min Lilibro Heta Lars. Thank you very much, hope I said your name right, probably butchered it. But I am out of here guys. I'll leave you with a little bit of Spotify. But until the next one, have a good one. I'll probably be back tomorrow doing a couple more IFR lessons, if not just doing a couple of bush flights or whatever, doing something Microsoft Flight Simulator related. I might even jump on and do a bit of Elite Dangerous. But yeah, I'm out of here for now guys, so catch you in the next one. Until then, BoulderBum out. Bye guys.
moved on, I want nobody change me now. Cause I like to be myself. If you're not agree